Welcome guys and dolls. This is the video tutorial for Calibrated Peer Review brought to you by the University of Kentucky Biology Department. This video is the first of three. This video is basically just going to be a PowerPoint presentation giving an overview of the Calibrated Peer Review or CPR system and the steps to doing CPR. The next two videos will be hands-on demonstrations where we actually go into the software and show you how to log in, access assignments, and do the entire assignment from beginning to end. The instructors for CPR from the biology department are Jivan Paulos, that's me, and Madhu Srinivasan. Our email addresses are shown here right now and will be shown again at the end of the video. So what is Calibrated Peer Review? It's a software-based assignment system that allows you guys as students to learn from your own writing. The way we do this is we take writing to the next level and give you guys critical thinking opportunities to enhance your understanding of the course material. The way we do this is by having all the students submit papers on the same topic, and over the course of a few days, you'll be given the opportunity to understand what we as instructors are looking for in your writing as far as content and style. And then you'll be given the opportunity to evaluate your peers' work, much in the same way that scientists submit their papers, their experimental findings, to peer-reviewed journals, wherein their work is reviewed by other people, other experts in their field, in order to give their study validity. In the biology courses, the way we're going to present the CPR is to teach scientific writing style and use an experimental lab report, specifically the SimBio computer simulation of ecological systems, to do this. You'll be presenting hypothesis-driven methods, quantifying your results as in looking for changes based on your hypothesis, and then giving a clear and concise discussion based on the results that you collect from the simulation software. The timeline for CPR is as follows. First, you'll submit your text, for example, introduction, hypothesis, and then a methods, and then results and discussion. We're going to break this down into 3 different assignments for Bio 102 and 103. The submission for the text is a hard deadline. The software pretty much locks in the time and the date, and no late work will be accepted unless you've got a university-approved excuse. The next step after you submit your text is to do the calibrations. In doing the calibrations, you learn how to recognize good quality papers from not so good quality papers. We do this by giving you the guidelines that you've probably already seen either through Blackboard or through your course website. These guidelines are basically to guide you in understanding what we expect to see from your papers at every step of the way. These calibrations are a way of training you to be quote-unquote experts in recognizing good writing and to prepare you for the peer review, which is the next step in the CPR process, wherein you'll be given 3 papers that were written by your peers. This entire setup is anonymous, and then you'll evaluate those 3 papers using the same guidelines as you did the calibrations. You'll score your peers based on a very objective assessment of the 10 guiding questions, and then you'll be taken to a self-assessment where you'll be given your own text, the paper that you submitted, and now that you've understood and experienced all these different styles of writing and all these different qualities of text, you can evaluate your own text and give yourself a grade that is more informed than when you first started, hopefully. So let's break down the steps of CPR in more detail. The first step is text entry. We expect you guys to have this ready before you access the site. You'll be given all the guidelines and requirements, hopefully some examples, well before you would actually have to access the site and turn in your assignment. The only big thing here is to make sure that in your text entry you save your document in a PDF format. Feel free to contact either the instructors or your professor if you have any problems converting your document to PDF. We've done it multiple times using multiple different formats, or software rather, so we could definitely help you out with that if you're having problems. The most important step in the text entry is to confirm that you've uploaded the correct document. You can see the second video of this three-part series. It's the first hands-on demonstration, and that'll show you specifically how to make sure that your document was properly uploaded, and we'll give you a couple of different ways to confirm that. The other important thing is to not include any identifying information in your document. As we said previously, this process is supposed to be anonymous, and so leaving your name on the top of the paper takes away that anonymity. So we ask that you don't include any identifying information. The software will tag your paper and let us know that you did turn it in, so we'll know through the software that you did turn in a paper. The next step after text entry is the calibrations. Here you'll be given 3 pre-evaluated papers of different qualities. One will be a high quality, one will be a medium quality, and one will be a low quality. They won't be presented in that order. They will be randomized every single time, so you won't necessarily be getting them in increasing or decreasing levels of quality. They'll be randomized. Unlike what we're asking you as the students to do, which is to upload a PDF document, the calibrations are themselves formatted already, so there's no paper to download when you do the calibrations. You'll just be seeing a piece of text, and you'll be using that as it is formatted. Again, see the video demonstration for more details on that. After you read each of the calibrations, you'll be given 10 yes or no questions. These questions are the same questions that you'll see for the peer review as well as the self-assessment. They're all yes or no questions, and they all require an explanation. We ask you to do this so that not only does it tell us why you answered yes or no for a question, why you disagree with it, for if you give a no answer, for example, but also to make you think about the writing and why, and to justify your own reasoning behind the answer that you give. It gives accountability for you guys, and it gives evidence for us. The last question for all the calibrations, the peer review, and the self-assessment is, how would you rate this paper? This question is not subjective. That means we don't ask you to think about the style of the writing or the way it was written and give an objective, your opinion of the paper. We ask that you add up the number of yes answers that you gave on questions 1 through 10 and use that as a score out of 10. So if you gave 8 yes answers, the score would be 8. Again, so after you do the calibrations, you go on to the peer review and self-assessment. You'll be downloading papers at this point, so the peer review and the self-assessment will require you to download PDF documents from your peers. And again, you'll evaluate each of those papers using the same 10 yes or no questions. Again, we ask that you put explanations down. And then when it comes to the self-assessment, you want to make sure that you're honest when you evaluate your own work, because improper grading, not only at this stage, but also during the peer review, may reduce your score. Scores are tabulated based on how well your score matches up with those that reviewed you or that reviewed the same papers that you reviewed. Deviating too far from that may reduce your score. So the next steps for this, obviously we ask that you view the videos, the video demonstration, so that you get a better idea of how to access the site and go through the steps. But you want to register at the CPR website, which is located at the URL shown here, and probably is also on Blackboard and your course website. For the first time, you'll use your UK ID. It starts with a 1 to register your account, and then you'll be given a CPR user ID, which is a letter followed by a 5-digit number. Make sure you write that down along with or keep that in mind along with your password. And also we ask that you add your email to your profile on the CPR website, so that if we have any announcements or if we need to get in touch with you, it'll be a lot easier for us to do so. And the next step is to take the CPR tour, pass the pretest, which is required to access the site, and then you'll be able to access your assignment. If you have any questions, comments, or complaints, again, we are your instructors, and you're free to email us with any questions or comments you have, or your professor.